burgers, and a rich buffet experience. Stay connected with free Wi-Fi, enjoying DSTV, and more so keep fit in our healthy gym. Planning a meeting or an event, our modern conference hall is ready for you. Whether you are here for business, leisure, or a quick getaway, Elroy Kadosh Motel has it all for you. For reservations, call +256 742 436803. Elroy Kadosh Motel Kenjojo, your culinary adventure awaits.
Bagenzi harohe kitweka ekinkumanya kikahumba ruhanga ubu yemera hansozi olengeresi amare
Fort TV ikara osemerirwe. Fort TV, stay entertained.
In an age where every story matters and people's voices are considered, Fort TV is your window to the world around you. I am Afoya Israel, and together we explore the stories that shape our future, from politics and social justice to innovation and culture. Join us on all our social media platforms or stay tuned to your free-to-air decoder. Now on to our top stories tonight. The education calendar shifts as government postpones school reopening. Voters storming in Bunyangabo district as election results are disputed. Low expectation, high hopes. Leaders in Fort Portal call for unity. These are the details. The education calendar shifts as government postpones school reopening. When drum changed the rhythm, the dancers must adjust their steps. The Ministry of Education and Sports has officially postponed the reopening of the schools nationwide, pushing the date from 2nd February to 10th February, citing security concerns during the ongoing political season. Speaking to Fort TV, city education officials in Fort Portal Tourism City confirmed that schools must strictly follow the ministry directive, emphasizing that the decision was taken to protect learners and education staff. They add that the postponement will also give room for eligible learners to participate in the electoral process before going back to school. Let's have a look.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has announced the postponement of the reopening of schools countrywide. Schools were initially expected to reopen on 2nd February, but the date has been pushed to 10th February this year. According to the Inspector of Schools for Fort Portal Tourism City, the public has been advised to strictly follow the directive issued by the ministry. He explained that the decision was taken mainly for security reasons, as the country is currently in a political season. He further noted that the postponement will allow students who are eligible voters to participate in the ongoing electoral process before returning to school.
Fort Portal City Education Department runs under the Ministry of Education and Sports calendar that guides us on the starting of the term and the end of the term. Secretary issued a circular asking all heads of institutions, informing them of the postponement of the starting dates from 2nd February to 10th of February. We assure the parents under the guidance of the PS that when these learners go back to school, we shall make sure that we work around the clock, work with teachers, see how they prepare within this given time, to see that the syllabus is covered within the time. We want to assure parents that we shouldn't worry, but rather we should keep our learners, our students safe at home, because this postponement was based on these general elections that are still going on, and we are also worried. At times we may have people rioting, we don't know what really happens, but we want to assure parents and everyone at home that let's keep these learners, keep these students up to 10th of February when they are supposed to start. Let other students, like those of tertiary institutions and universities, also participate in voting. Of course, they have to cast their votes. They need to know where Uganda is, where it is going, and what they want. Actually, as we say, people need to protect their guides.
However, the decision has drawn mixed reactions from different education stakeholders. Simpson Ayesiga, the head teacher of Green Circle School, says that the postponement will negatively affect both teachers and learners, as schools would be left with limited time to cover the syllabus, alongside co-curricular activities such as sports and other programs.
My name is Simpson Ayesiga, I teach at Green Circle School. I think I would like to talk about the extension of first term 2026, beginning with term 1, how it has affected us, of which it is of an advantage to the school. I will talk majorly about 3 major points on effects. It has affected the teachers, it affected the students, and as well as the parents. Number 1, with us, the teachers, it has increased the workload and the fatigue, simply because the more you reduce on the time, then it means there is a lot of work, meaning that some of the activities you are forced to fix them within the allocated time. Because from 2nd Feb to 10th, there is no any extension, they just reduce on the time, which reduces on the work plan. 2, reducing on teachers' effectiveness. I don't think you shall have some effectiveness, because the more time allocated, it means the work is planned effectively.
On the other hand, Ogongo Philip, the head teacher of Glory to Glory Education Center, welcomed the move, saying that the postponement has given parents ample time to prepare their children for the new term. He added that proper preparation will help improve learners' readiness once schools resume.
My name is Ogongo Philip, the head teacher, Glory to Glory Education Center. The government postponing the school reopening, it has both positive and negative. If I look at the good part of it, one, it gives a chance to parents who have not yet been set in terms of school fees to prepare themselves and get school fees and other school requirements. 2, it has also given a chance to some children who have not yet finished up with their school holiday work to also finish the holiday work. On top of that, it has also given children's time to learn some domestic work at home. But above all, we need to look at the security of both children and parents, that is in the national security. As we have been guided by the intelligence, it is a matter of security. Amidst all, we have to ensure that there is security in the country so that we can move on with the academic year very well.
Philip further appealed to the Ministry of Education and Sports to consider maintaining a consistent school calendar, warning that frequent changes of reopening dates disturb schools' planning and
However, in this very situation, postponing the reopening also is going to cause a little bit pressure onto us, the school. For example, the teachers are going to be on panic to manage the school programs as we had planned early that 1 week, because the syllabus will be now put on pressure. They will be now on pressure of finishing up the syllabus on time.
As the new reopening date approaches, parents, teachers and learners now await further guidance from the ministry on how schools will manage the shortened academic term. Your reporter, Nasasa Jerma Saith and Nyakahuma Ali, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much, our dear reporter. So to the parents out there, you have been assured that this postponement has been for the safety of your children and to allow the eligible learners to vote. Now on to our next story. Storms after the vote. Bunyangabu election results disputed. When the cooking pot boils over, wisdom calls for lowering the fire, not breaking the pot. Former parliamentary candidate Asaba Brian has condemned what he describes as irregularities in the recently concluded parliamentary elections in Bunyangabu district. Asaba alleges that the declared winner, Kalenzi, fraudulently obtained victory. Claims that have since sparked mixed reactions from local leaders and security agencies. Let's hear from our reporter.
Former parliamentary candidate Asaba Brian has condemned what he describes as irregularities in the recently concluded parliamentary election in Bunyangabu district.
Kanti ebindi bitagenda mu maiso na muno buno seruliza akaruhuke bakwiba.
Asaba claims that the declared winner, Kalenzi, fraudulently obtained the victory, allegations which have sparked mixed reactions from local leaders and security agencies.
Kandi nabo gendera bigambo bya aboki ati Angel Asaba has remained sober mu bintu byona iki kitabaniza district yetu iki kitabaniza ubuhereza budget hati umuntu agenda akakwata budget yetu yakagalia bantu bamkama ebizibu bya Bunyangabu nibabihoyi engudo ntizikora amaize tugasindika.
The LC5 chairperson of Bunyangabu district, Ategeka James Mugarama, described the reported incidents as unfortunate and called for calmness among residents.
Tukantwenda kora abantu cyo kubanza kwimucha budget ya district kurangu sente zigena magombora bazongeraho kurangu bakonyera abantu beita Bunyangabu nize ngudo masanyarazi ameizi amasomero amarwaro ebitebe ebira tora kwa budget ya district aya twesa abantu beita basimiko barangira nyo Asaba Brian beito abwa enguzi corruption intimidation kutikwetinira bembeze abamu babagulirire so basara mu kwiba akarukaitu barangira umusubuzi tugenda kupatitioninga to musango mukoti musango jagena mukoti kan my lawyers are taking action korango ino kuhondera uko gwatandikire paka to the grassroots abo nsoka kana karuru bakabamu rigging ya amani muno bakusoborora urura.
Meanwhile, security officers arrested the National Resistance Movement chairperson in the area, Mr. Kato Hussein, in connection with the post-election disturbances.
For example, NRM chairman or NRM Kato Hussein, together with NRM Youth League chairperson Roy Gumayo, bakabakwata na abandi abamu bachali na mukomo abokwiba karuru kandi ukabakwata nabo ngobundi obururu twenda kuboleka ngo kanwa kutikinga barabamuga outside the box ngano rora obunwe Kalenzi Victor na bus bidukoleka ngo karuba katikika aturu ngano murako batikinge bino byana bioleka akaruru kandi bakakaiba ne bebira no mukazi Sara kabarokole taking outside the box. So bakabutikinga no bapapa ukoleka ngubo beizi kuru mu mugwabo gukwiba akaruka. So tutekanize twara umusango mukoti kana baloya bange bijja kuba bahondereza kesi. Nja kusaba IGP hondera guno musango rorango abwaki. Ya rekire chikumalira ni sawa ntu abunyanga mugume musango gonu kuli already mkono ya koti kandi mubiro bitaito tukavika kano tubasoborora na ba lawyers bange kurango musango gonu kwa ikanka.
Your reporter Nasasa Jerma Saith and Nyakahuma Ali, thank you for watching.
Well, thank you very much, our dear reporter, for giving us an insight on what is happening in Bunyangabo district. Now, on to our next story. Low turnout, high hopes, Fort Portal leaders call for unity. As the Torah elders say, a child who does not attend the meeting misses the community's decisions. Elected members of parliament from Fort Portal City have raised concern over the low voter turnout during the recently concluded elections, saying many residents did not turn up to exercise their democratic right. Speaking to journalists, the legislators revealed that turnout was lower than expected at several polling stations across the city. Let's hear from our reporter.
Elected members of parliament from Fort Portal City have expressed concern over low voter turnout during the recently concluded elections. MPs say that only a small number of people turned up to cast their votes. Speaking to journalists, Fort Portal City members of parliament Linda Irene and Mohenda Ronald said voter turnout was lower than expected in several polling stations.
Of course, abantu abandi bakihandikisa baitu tubali mu Uganda. Abana abandi bagenzere gukora, abandi bakaba bali Kampala, ubundi tubatungire ndubata yo kugaruka komo. Baitu no kukerererwa komo. Abo kwa machines kabanza za yanga gukora. So abandi akaba bazindiki kujya komo. Basangwa bagenda tubagaruka. So ikineke kineko kucha eteriza abantu okuba bataito baitu comparing with last year. Bagereze okukoma bagereze okukoma kandi mwina kumanya ngo Fort Portal is a city ni karwa mabanta bakumuvinga twina abana abandi abakusoma batabaire muno. So there are many factors ebireterize maybe abantu kutakoma.
Why there has been a low voter turnout or why there is voter apathy is because of the leaders. People are not benefiting from leadership. Nibarora I think tuyamba kito kucha kukoma abembezi nito twine kugaramu abakomi amani. We give reason to people why they have to turn up to vote, but unfortunately in Fort Portal, so it has nothing to do with the voters but with the leaders. But at the moment, the low voter turnout is as a result of weak leadership.
Meanwhile, the incumbent member of parliament, Honorable Alex Ruhunda, who didn't make it Through the fourth term, appreciated residents of Fort Portal Tourism City Central Division and promised to keep supporting the city in his capacities, and urged the newly elected leaders to continue with the other plans to let in the pipelines of the development of our city.
So gweno wekenatekereza nagenda kunonisha ensi yangi ya Toro eki achiebu irunda ensi ya nanigoza kandi tanduhemukera eja kukara nagirwanira.
Well, thank you, our dear reporter, for that wonderful news. So our headlines today have been the education calendar shifts as government postpones schools reopening. Storms after the vote. Bunyangabo district election results disputed. Low turnout, high hopes. Leaders of Fort Portal City call for unity. Well, as we draw a curtain to today's news, if you really want to look smart like me, you can run to Urban Glam Fashions located in Kisenyi on top of KCB Bank opposite Fuelex. Thank you for watching 4TV. Stay tuned to your trusted home of information. Thank you.
Fort TV, stay entertained.